when did you fall in love with like women in hip hop? And that song that you just heard was You Wish by Flyana Boss. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know.
Don't know.
However, if you don't live under a rock, you know that these girls have been like going viral all over Twitter like all week because of this song. And I actually had heard the song like I don't know. I think I had bookmarked it or like saved it on like TikTok because it
Hmm.
came up on my For You page.
Okay.
And then this week it came back and that's when I remembered the song and I was like, "Oh, this is a hit." Like I have not stopped listening to this song all
Really?
week. What did you think of it?
All right. I thought the song was like I don't know. I thought it was okay. I wasn't like
Okay, okay,
too
okay,
okay.
okay.
But it's funny though because like I hadn't heard of them, so I've also like I didn't tell you I've been on a social media detox, and then I was like on an alcohol detox for like a couple of weeks. So
Fair.
I was under a rock for this trend. So yeah,
Okay.
I thought it was like all right, but maybe when I get back online, I'll probably see
I feel
some
like the
trendy
video was
videos
just
that.
I feel like the video was just so cute and
Mhm.
I really love like their individuality, and just like they're so fun and
They're
so
just fun.
cute and so like all black but in such a fun cute way. And they're rapping and they just do remind me a little bit of Missy Elliott, and
Okay.
just the way that they kind of like do their own thing. And I think even for her birthday they had posted like, "Oh, happy birthday, Missy Elliott! Like we wouldn't be anything without you." And I'm like, "You goddamn
Oh.
right, you wouldn't." you know what? Okay, but so I really like this song. It's just cute. It's fun. It reminds me of the summertime, and I really love that aspect of it.
I definitely got the summer vibes, and I definitely felt like it was on par of like what we want from the summer, which is like silly girl music. So,
Exactly. Silly, fun girl music with your bestie acting a fool,
hmm,
just running around. And I just honestly I thought it I like their rhymes. I like the music video. I like all the videos they've been running around shooting. I like their outfits. I like the way they're dressed. I like everything about them. So I'm really excited to hear more from Flyana Boss. I hope that's how you pronounce that. I don't know.
we'll
But
see.
I'm all for like rap duos, like rap trios, like rap
Me
girl
too.
groups. You know what I mean? Like the City Girls have been holding it down, but they can't do it all by themselves.
They
Okay,
can't. They can't.
we kind of need their counterparts, and these girls feel like a different vibe.
Hmm.
But also a very similar vibe to the City
Yeah.
Girls in that they're a group, they're best friends, they're fun, they have fun, silly music, and that's I think it's just so I think it's really good that we have them as well as the City Girls, and hopefully lots of more like girl
Totally.
groups that rap coming up. I would really love to see that.
Same. Same.
Hi everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Where My Girls At. It is July. How
Mm.
are you feeling?
I feel good. We're like halfway through the summer, right? Like
I know it's crazy.
we're in the thick of summer,
It's
but
crazy.
I'm feeling good. I don't know what it's been around in LA, but it's been like kind of rainy, and like the fog from what is
Mm,
it, New York has been coming in, so like we haven't been having too much sunshine, but I'm
no.
hoping that, going into July, it's like undeniable heat. I'm a Texas girl, so I like being outside,
Right.
pools, barbecue.
Yeah.
My birthday's this month as well, so I'm just like
Yes. What are you
I'm
doing for
ready.
your birthday?
So I'm actually doing a barbecue with some friends. So it's
At
like a
your
potluck
house?
at my boyfriend's place. So it's
Oh,
like he
that's
has like
so
a really dope view of like overlooking the Capitol. There's like a
nice.
pool, a bunch of
Ooh.
new grills. So everybody's gonna bring a little something. Probably gonna make a punch. So it's gonna be a good time.
Oh, that's fun. I can't
Yeah.
say the same. Like, I feel like earlier this year is when LA had like all that disgusting rain and we were literally so depressed. And then we had like a ton of gloom in June, but now the sun is out. Like towards the end of June, the
Mm-hmm.
sun came out and she's still out. Like I'm going to a pool party today.
Hey, okay.
I can't relate. I hope the sun comes out in time for your birthday though.
Yo, same, same. But sun's out, you're out. Like, is it
Exactly.
is it a hot girl summer for you, or
Oh,
is it a
absolutely.
okay?
Absolutely. It's absolutely a hot girl summer. Every summer is a hot girl
Hot girl
summer for
summer.
me.
I renew every summer. Every summer you gotta renew. This one I just like Rihanna featuring her boyfriend now. But
Yeah, but it's still Mariah solo, you know?
yeah.
So like we're having a great time.
Okay.
And we're getting outside again. Okay, like
Yep.
I'm starting to defrost, you
Yeah,
know?
defrost.
Like
Yes.
I'm ready to be back out, you know, acting
Yeah.
a fool.
Rip me
Like
out the
I should
plastic.
be. Rip me out the plastic, okay? Okay, because I am acting brand new. Speaking of, I want to jump right into the BET Awards because that just
Listen,
happened.
there was so many performances by the girls.
I was just about to say the first thing that I noticed about the BET Awards, well, obviously, like we said, and like we've been saying all year, it's the 50th anniversary of hip hop. There's going to be so many tributes all year long. Like Essence Fest is happening this weekend, and
Right, right.
all three of their headliners are female rappers. I
Hmm.
am so surprised to see BET actually do what I feel was like justice for the real female rap renaissance that we are living in right now, and
Yeah,
having
yeah.
so many of them perform. Like Callie performed, Glorilla performed, Doechii performed, Trina performed,
Lola.
Lotto performed, and won Best Hip Hop Act. And didn't I say that that was going to happen?
You did, actually, yeah.
What did you think about that?
About Lotto's performance.
No, about her. Well, I mean, yes, but like about her winning.
Oh, I mean, I think it's due. Like, she's been on fire recently, and I think that
Mm-hmm.
like, especially that performance, she really had like the stage presence, like
Yes.
from all the different sets, like the
Yes.
choreo. Like,
Yes.
I don't know, like all of them. I want to give Tiana Taylor her
I'm
flowers
so glad you said that.
because the
Yes.
stage presence, the
Lola Brooke
choreo,
too.
Lola Brooke too. I was like, y'all were really giving them a show. Like, okay, outfits, okay, different sets,
It's
but
giving boom cack. Like Tiana got them doing a 5, 6, 7, 8. She has them dancing. I was like, okay, like come on.
no, but yeah, Lotto did her thing for sure, and I definitely think it was like it made sense. It made sense for her to win.
I think it made so much sense for her to win. Of course, everybody was like, or the Barbs rather, were upset that Ice Spice didn't win. But it just makes more sense that Lotto would win. I
Yeah,
just think like the run that she's been on this year, and that isn't to say that Ice Spice hasn't
no,
also
Ice Spice
had.
has been doing has had a run as
It's
well.
just not the same. I'm
It's
trying
not the
to find
same.
a way to articulate the difference in it, but like the kind of growth that we've seen her have, and like it's been so organic. Like we've
Yeah.
seen Lotto, and we've been talking about her for years about how this
Mhm.
is what we wanted of her, this is what we expected of her, and her
Mhm.
come up has just been amazing. Even with the album, when I wasn't super impressed by it, I think
Mhm.
everything she's done since then, from being on tour with Lizzo, all these concert
Yeah.
and like festival performances, the songs, like everything is just elevated. And I
Totally.
think I don't want to compare her to Ice Spice because I think it's apples and oranges.
Yeah,
You
I don't
know?
think it's a fair comparison at all,
Yeah.
especially being an industry plant. But
You know what? You in this I'm not gonna entertain this. I'm not gonna entertain this conversation anymore. But you know what? I don't want to compare her to Ice Spice because
yeah,
it's completely different, you know?
yeah,
And
it's
I think
definitely
Ice Spice will have her year where she wins. I don't think we're gonna see the whole thing of there being only Nicki Minaj winning every year anymore. I
mm,
think that's in the past.
yeah, I would agree. There's too much variety, and I
Too
think
much.
there's different flavors out there that I think will have their seasons. So yeah.
Can we talk about Coil Ray's outfit? She had the little suit that had all the female rappers' names on it, and I said,
Yeah.
"You better stand in solidarity with your sisters. You better show up for your sisters."
She looked good. She looked good.
She's been looking amazing.
She's been looking
Like
really good
her
recently.
fucking looks. Oh,
Yeah.
she's done with that little like shit that she used to do a couple years ago.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
braids and everything. Oh my god, I was so sick of it. I was so
No.
sick of it. I think everything about her is elevated. Wait, what
No,
about
totally.
JT and Uzi fighting?
Bro,
She
I
threw
thought that
a
was
fucking
so
phone at him.
petty. That was so
She
petty.
threw
I
a fucking
don't know.
phone at him. Oh my god.
I'm like, I get it, but I don't get it. I
But
don't know.
like,
Like, I
that's
mean, Ice
fighting
Spice.
in public.
Yeah, it's like, come on, JT. Like, I don't know. Like, I thought it was stupid. I thought it was a little stupid.
We
But it's
don't
like,
know why.
what would be the BET Awards without like a little bit of a skirmish?
A
Like,
little bit of like ghetto, like either the
yeah,
fight's outside, it's backstage, it's on
yeah,
stage, or it's in the audience. There's going to be a fight at the BET Awards.
yeah. Like, it
This is
had to
what we've come to
happen.
expect. This is what we've come to expect.
So
What about other performances? Da, 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 da. Ice Spice performed. I thought it was okay.
I thought she did a good job. I
Yeah,
think in like comparison to like her what is it called? Like the festival performances. Like this
yeah,
was like a good I think it was a step in the right direction. I love the Glorilla's performance. I thought it
yes,
was so funny.
yes.
I think it's funny seeing her do choreography.
She's
Like
so fucking
her on the lips and she's just like, you know, doing her little 1-2 thing. I was
funny.
like, sis, and like the editing from like, you know, since they can't curse on there, I
Right.
thought the little like edited words I thought was hilarious. But I
She's just turning into such a star. You
she
know?
is.
You
And I
know?
was like, I thought it was a good performance though. I'm trying to think anybody else that was
I mean,
it was
Dochi is always gonna
Dochi's
eat.
actually I really enjoyed her performance as well. Again, set, choreography, like I think it just gave you a great visual. I think all the girls had great visuals.
I think Dochi also just gives me great performance artists. You
Mm-hmm.
know, just in general, like there's something about her that is like a little bit extra, a little bit Solange esque,
Mm.
and about her like whole presence just on stage and in her music, and really just even in her fashion and everything. And I just really love Dochi. And now she and Ice Spice are going on tour with Doja Cat. Did you get tickets?
Mm. I did not get tickets. I
I
did not
got
see that.
tickets.
What?
Yes, they're going
Okay.
on tour.
I'll have to
Doja
look at
Cat is
it.
going on tour after she said she wasn't going on tour, so she straight up lied to me. But you know, it's okay. Um, and then it says special guest appearances by Dochi and Ice Spice, and
I
I said
love
that's
that.
such a random lineup to
It is a
have.
little bit random
But you
though.
know what? I'm excited. And
Yeah.
I feel like this means like we're getting Ice Spice. No, no, no. This feels like I feel like this means we're getting Doja Cat and Dochi. And those are two people who
Mm.
should be collaborating.
I agree. I agree. That could be a good little combo.
It would be quite amazing. So moving on, from the BET Awards, I actually want to jump into this talking about Sexy Red.
Okay.
Because did you see that video of everybody performing Pound Town in the audience at the BET Awards?
Yes. Yeah.
I just like, you know what pisses me off though
What?
about this whole thing about Sexy Red. First of all, her mixtape has been on constant repeat. This shit reminds me of the early 2000s in the best ghettoest way. It's like you guys talk about you love all these bitches who cosplay as hood. You always
Yeah.
talk about you want a real hood bitch, and then you get one and she's doing exactly what a real hood bitch does, and you find every way to bully her. And I don't want anybody to bully this out of her. She makes
Yeah.
incredible music. She's incredibly herself. I think she's incredibly talented too.
Hmm.
And she is just so confident. And people are calling her dirty and ghetto, and they're throwing things at her on stage because she's a black woman. She's a dark skinned
That's
black
so
woman.
ridiculous. Don't go. Like, don't go to the performance if you're gonna be acting out of character like
I think she needs to pull a Rico Nasty and start jumping in the crowd and fighting people.
that.
Like, because are you out of your fucking mind? I'm an
Yeah.
artist. I am up on this stage doing a job and you're throwing shit at me. I'm
Yeah.
going to leave. Are you out of your
Yeah.
fucking mind? I want Sexy Red to never change. I don't want people to beat the ghetto out of her. Like, continue to be who you are because that's how you got where you are
Yeah.
now.
Exactly.
And it's
Exactly.
authenticity is what I feel like is such a major part of like what's missing. And the thing is about people who say things like, "Oh, she needs to class it up. Like this is a classy event." Niggas was fighting like
Two rows.
two rows away from her. These niggas is fighting, and niggas be
Right.
fighting backstage. Niggas be fighting outside, and all that respectability politics. It don't get you no fucking where. Because you're
Exactly.
still a nigga at the end of the day. So why not be you if you gonna be a nigga, okay? I'm not tap dancing for nobody, and I'm glad that she's not. It just
Yeah.
it really hurt me when I see people talking shit about her because like I just know that like some of that has to get to her.
No,
You know?
definitely.
It's
Definitely.
hurtful to be online all day. People call you ugly, people call you dirty, talking about you stank, and they don't know any of this. They're just saying it based on what you look like.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's not fair. It's not fair, and she definitely deserves more respect from that. I mean, everyone does,
Yeah,
at a basic human level. So
come on.
yeah,
I wish the best for her.
same, same.
Okay, let's talk about this one is funny. So somebody started a rumor that Cardi B was cheating on Offset. um, so I don't know if it is, but I think it was Tasha K.
Hmm.
Tasha K had a tweet that featured a video of a woman who says she's been sleeping with Offset since 2013. Do I
Oh
doubt that? No.
no.
But then somebody off of that said, like because of that, like, oh, Cardi, I think somebody started a rumor saying Cardi B is like cheating on Offset. And so Cardi B, oh my God, I don't know why the fuck she did this, but she got on Twitter Spaces. We need to get rid of that.
Yeah.
It is really gonna be the downfall of you niggas. Remember Clubhouse? It's gonna be just like that. So it's a. She said, "I'm the type of bitch that a nigga's gonna cuff." She said in a video in her Spaces. I don't be outside like that. So when I do be outside, these baseball players, these rappers, their voices start trembling. They be like, "Hi, Cardi," and they
Duh.
nervous. They nervous because I'm a bad bitch. And then she said, "What do y'all be trying to accomplish when y'all bringing my nigga up? Like, what is it? Everybody wants a single Cardi." So basically, what she was saying was like, if I was single, it would not be an issue to get another nigga. She's like, "I'm
Okay.
not like you bitches." She literally said, "I'm not like you bitches. I have choices. I'm a bad bitch for real. I'm a bad bitch
In
in
real
real life.
life.
A
In real
bad bitch
life.
on Instagram. A bad bitch at everything. I'm rich and I always get cuffed." So then I think Offset had posted like on his story
Yeah.
and this is why you niggas gotta stop. Please handle your marital issues behind doors.
Yeah.
Um, he had said something like, if my wife were to cheat on me, you already know how I'm coming. And so people interpreted that as, oh my God, Cardi B cheated on Offset. I didn't see that.
I don't
It
think
didn't sound
so.
like that to me.
I feel like he was just like, don't play with me. Like, if
Right,
something
right.
happened, like, you already know how I'm like, the energy I'm coming with.
And let me
So,
tell you, she can have the same energy.
I
And niggas
agree.
hate when you give it back to them, okay?
Yeah.
As much as Offset has tried to embarrass her over the course of their relationship, Cardi, I feel like you could just gotta. I mean, you get your lick back. I'm gonna look the other way. Okay, I'm not gonna say shit about it.
Low key. But I was like, oh, I thought like in the past, like I feel like this past year, like Offset's been behaving, like he's been.
He's been a good
I was about to
father.
say the constant pushing of him being like Offset as super dad has
Super
been
dad.
going crazy.
Oh my God, they are really pushing this. He's been a good father, a good husband.
Has been.
They seem like they're having a great time. Why y'all trying to bring up? Oh
Or
shit!
why are
I
you
need
trying to bring a
Tasha
black couple
K.
down?
I need Tasha K. I need Cardi B to go and run her pockets and put this lady out of work because I'm sick of her. I'm sick of her. Okay, and Cardi is like, I'm coming for every cent of that $4 million, and Tasha K said, "Well, I ain't got it." And she don't. And that's what you get for talking shit,
Shit.
Tasha. Okay, let's move on to the 2023 double XL freshman class.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna read who's on it. So
Yeah, yeah.
Tia Corinne, Too Rare. Okay, I'm gonna read this out, and then I want you to tell me how many of these people you recognize. Tia
Yeah.
Corinne, Too Rare, Finesse Two Times. Okay, actually, tell me how many of these people whose music you've actually ever heard, rather than whose name you recognize.
Okay.
So Finesse Two Times, DC the Don, Rob 49, La Tyler, Friday with Two Y's, Glorilla, Lola Brooke, Sleazy World Go, Real Boston Richie, Central C.
4.
Out of how many of these? Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Brianna, that's 1/3. You've only heard of 1/3 of these people.
Okay, I take it back. Central C. He's not the UK rapper, right?
Right, yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so that's a
What about
little
you?
bit over 1/3. Tia Corinne, I've heard music. Rob 49, I heard that song he had with Libra Jolie. Obviously,
Yeah.
obviously Glorilla. Obviously Lola
Globra.
Brooke. That Sleazy World Go. That's that song that he did with Lil Baby. I remember that. And then Central C.
Oh.
So I've heard 6 of these artists.
Okay.
This could have been the year where it was an all-female lineup and nobody would have flinched. And
Mhm.
I think that the rumors are that they asked Ice Spice to also be on this. Now this is
Mhm.
all alleged, but she
Mhm.
couldn't because she's booked and busy, and she just did not have the time to commit to this. It would have made sense if she had taken the place of like one of these people.
That
I
would have
think
made sense.
it would have made sense, but I also get it making sense because you do remember there was that year back in like 2010 where Drake and Nicki both turned down Double XL and they got their own cover that same
Mm.
year instead of being on the freshman list. And honestly, with the run that they were having in 2010, it makes sense that
Yeah.
they weren't on the double XL freshman list. And so I guess, yes, it does make sense that Ice Spice also wasn't on the double XL like freshman list this year because like
Mhm.
she's much bigger than all these people combined. But
Totally.
it's I don't I think I think we left some people out. I
Who
think
else?
we left
Who
some
else
people
would you
out.
have added?
Why isn't Dochi on here?
Yeah.
Why isn't Dochi on here? I feel like, we could have had Maya the Don on here. I feel like if you're gonna
Yeah.
put niggas like finesse two times, we could have Maya the Don on here.
True.
I feel like honestly we should have had like our black girl in sync. Why are they not on here? Why is
Yeah.
it
At
only
least Gloss Up.
Glorilla?
At least Gloss Up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Why is Gloss Up not on this list? Honestly, I think our freshman list is always better than this freshman list.
Yeah.
And but I'm happy. I'm happy for Tia Koran. I'm happy for Glorilla. I'm
Of
happy for
course.
Lola Brooke because they deserve it. I just wish they had had more compelling classmates. You know what I
Totally.
mean? Like
Totally.
if I was Glorilla and I'm standing next to these niggas, I'd be like, "Are you actually for real? Like you think that I'm on these niggas is on my level?
Yeah.
Grammy nominated Glorilla,
Grammy.
Song of the Summer having Glorilla. You think these niggas is on my level? Yeah,
Right.
I was pissed. But what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. There could have been a bit more representation of the girls. I would have said, I was gonna say Maya the Dawn. I thought could have made this list, based off of the folks who were on here. But I will also say in an optimistic term that, like, I think we're pushing in the right direction of having more
Sure,
women
sure,
on
sure,
the
sure,
list.
sure,
So I'm happy about that.
sure.
But I definitely think that I would love to know their bench criteria, honestly, of
I
how
do
did they pick
wonder.
these
I
people.
do
You know,
wonder. Because to me, it would feel like, is this like
is it politics or
selection?
is it
Right. Is it politics or is this like selection by like jury? Like, do they
yeah,
have like I should
like a
actually look that up.
council, like
I
a
should actually I
council,
don't actually know. I really don't. I should
because
probably look that up.
I would love to know an explanation. But
Yeah. No, I feel like go listen to our episode on our freshman list. Much better. Much, much,
yeah,
much better. I'm saving this first thing for last, obviously, before you know what I'm
hmm
talking about. But
hmm
let's move on to Erica Banks.
yeah.
Erica Banks and her grown ass baby hairs. But see, you're not singing in this because you're not on social media, so you don't even know. But
I looked at this though. I was
okay,
like,
you saw
why
this.
is everybody's beefing with 1501? Like,
Okay,
girls,
so
get out.
see, but this is what happens when you have an ex baseball player. And this is not to say that people cannot cross over into new industries. But tell me, what the fuck do this nigga know about music?
Music,
What do
yeah.
he know about music management? What do any of these niggas know? Okay, so Erica Banks takes a shot at 1501 Entertainment, which, as you guys all know, is Megan Thee Stallion's former label. I don't know if
hmm
she's still in lawsuit, like litigation, trying to get out of that. I don't know. Because she said shit about it. She did
Yeah.
recently in a new TikTok say, I can't release music right now. So to me, that tells me, okay, maybe we're not out of this situation with them. But Erica Banks is also signed to that label. And you remember at the time when they had signed her, when everybody was saying like, oh, Megan already got sons and this and that.
Yeah.
So she's no longer signed to the label. And she says, give a fuck about that label. They see me and they owe me some money. They greedy. I get it. You
Yeah.
know, I get it.
I
Like
don't doubt it.
it seems like they're bad business people, you know? It seems like they're bad people in general, but
Yeah.
I kind of don't wish this on her. I think
Me
Erica Banks
either.
is talented. I want the best for her. I want her to have the kind of career that I think she deserves, you know? I
hmm
don't want her to get stuck on Love and Hip Hop. Like I think she's much more talented than that. So this does make me sad. And it kind of is like upsetting to me that 1501 seems to be preying on young black women,
Women,
you know,
yeah.
and finding ways to fucking screw them over and fuck
Hmm.
up their careers and shit like that. And I think I wish there was some kind of external board. You know how like industries have like internal affairs that, you know,
Yeah.
kind of like, you know, investigate corruption or investigate like
Hmm.
wrongdoings. I wish the music industry had something like that. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's that's not the kind of thing. That's why they don't have really any unions. That's why they don't have really any health
Yeah.
care to offer. Like it's really like just the wild wild west in the fucking
Yeah.
music industry, and that sucks. But what
I
I did
know.
see people saying that I did not like, and I actually want to hear what you have to say about this. I saw people saying about this, saying like, "Oh, this is what she deserves for dissing Meg." Oh, this. But do you remember her
I
ever?
don't remember her dissing Meg.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I don't know if I feel like people tried to make that a thing and
Yeah.
it just didn't happen. But I don't ever remember Erica
I don't.
ever
She
really
might.
even mentioning her.
She could have when she was like going on a release every
Yeah.
couple of days, but I don't remember picking up anything with that.
Because I feel like I would remember if she had tried to
Yeah.
diss Meg and it had, like, it was a thing. But
Landed. Yeah.
I don't remember that being a thing ever. So I don't wish that on her. I wish the worst on 1501. I
No,
mean,
for
like, the
real.
absolute worst.
Worse.
I hope Carl
Yo.
Crawford wakes up every day and stubs his toe against something. I hope he gets the worst paper cuts in between his fingers. I hope his bald head ass sunburns in the
Oh my
summer.
god.
I wish the worst on those people.
Yo, it's bad. You know what really needs to happen is Erica Banks needs to team up with Meg and they make a little diss song.
I just feel like, though, is Megan really in the place where she's trying to like be making diss music? You
I
know,
think I don't know.
I feel
I'm
like that was Traumazine era.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. Is she above a diss?
I don't think she's above a diss, but I'm saying right now in her life, she seems to be on a healing journey. You know,
That's
new
true.
nigga, looking great, performing at all these festivals, hanging out with Beyonce. Like, oh,
That's
she's
true.
moved on.
She's definitely moved on in the best way.
Her abuser is in jail, rotting with his ugly ass. And so I don't know if I wish that on her right now. Give her a
Yeah.
couple years and then let her
Hmm.
start another beef. Or let her be in another beef because she doesn't really
Yeah.
seem like the type to start a beef.
Yeah.
That would be interesting though. You know,
Hmm.
because I think she could. I think she could hold her own if it
I
came to
would
beef.
love. I don't know why, but I would love to see her get in a beef with Drake. I don't know why. I don't know
In what
why.
way? In what way?
I don't know, because like you know how he dissed her on
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
21 Savage stuff. So
I
I'm like, I
remember.
would love for her to come back like line for line, like
Yes.
with him. And I think she would be ready.
Yeah.
Like I think he'd be off of his toes. But I think it would be a funny battle. I don't know.
I just truly think she could hold her own in a battle against Drake. And I
Right.
truly think these stands could not get the better of her.
Yeah.
Not in this day and age. So absolutely. And it's so interesting that we're talking about diss records because that's our
I
main
know.
topic today. But let's talk about this last thing. Okay, I'm
Okay.
gonna just read this. Dear Barbs, I've been trying to find the right time to tell you guys this for a few days. Due to some really exciting news that I'll share with you guys at a later time, she always says this, I've shifted the album date a tad bit. Trust me, it'll be well worth the wait. She always says this. But since I am shifting the date just a tad, I'd like to give you guys a tiny sip of some more album tea so that I don't get cussed out. So here it goes. My new album will be released on 11/17/23, which I think is also the release date of Pink Friday. And it
Mm.
shall be called Pink Friday 2. I love you guys so much, and I'm grateful for the years of support and love you guys have given me. At times, maybe I didn't even deserve it. You definitely didn't.
Did not.
Nonetheless, you will love this album. I will give you tour deets closer to that time. She always says this. But obviously, the tour will start around the first quarter of 2024, and I'll share the real album cover at a later date. So Nicki Minaj says the album is not coming on 10/20/23, like she said, and I knew it wasn't gonna. I knew when she
Why?
announced that shit. Because she's always doing this. I don't think she's ever released an album date when she said it was going to be released. She has pushed back the release date of every single one of her albums. And I feel like I never expect her to release an album the day that she says it's supposed to be released. But now
I
it's
didn't notice
called,
that.
first of all, I think there are a couple things to unpack here. Calling it Pink Friday 2? Okay, tell me what do you think about that? Because I have thoughts.
Well, it makes me nervous because I'm like,
Mm.
I hope that it lives up to the hype of what Pink Friday was, but I don't know. I'm like, I feel like she's setting, hopefully she raises the bar, but I'm like, I'm kind of nervous a little bit.
My thing is, why are we still 10 years later? Wait, no.
It's over 10 years.
Over 10 years later, why are we still trying to live up to Pink Friday hype? Why won't we let we had Pink Friday, Roman
One's
re-roll it,
revenge.
Roman's Revenge, Pink Friday, Roman, we gotta let it go. I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, Nikki, what else?
Mm-hmm.
You can't hold on to that forever.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the queen of rap like you say you are, and you are,
Mm-hmm.
what else? I'm done
Mm-hmm.
with Pink Friday. We gotta let
Right.
that be. Nikki, what else? I don't need a Pink Friday too. I still listen to Pink Friday, but I
Right.
need something new.
Right.
So I'm just like, I'm nervous, but I'm also like, I'm bracing myself to be disappointed.
Oh, same, same. I'm hoping she exceeds my
I
expectations for
want her
sure.
to. I
I
want her
want her
to.
to. It's been a minute, so I'm hoping that it's better than what I think it is.
And
But
the crazy thing is like, I don't even know how to say this. Like, I hate to say this and pigeonhole her in this way, but I feel like her albums just always fall short for me. You know?
mm, mm-hmm,
Short of what I think they could be, and I don't know why. I think there's so many elements to it that are missing and that are wrong. And Nicki Minaj is not a person who I look forward to be like, "Where's the album, Nicki? Where's the album?" Because
mm-hmm,
it feels like one, she's constantly always giving us new music, so I never feel like I'm in a drought of like new Nicki Minaj music. But I'm also
mm-hmm,
like, I when you give me that full body of work, it kind of doesn't live up to the single that
mm-hmm.
came before it or the features that are coming at
Yeah.
the same time of it.
Mm,
A Pink Friday tour, a Pink Friday 2 tour, I mean, I'm gonna go, you know? I don't know what Nicki Minaj is like as a live artist, so I can't really say I'm gonna go. I'm gonna rap every fucking word. You know I am.
yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm,
I'm excited to see what that gives. But you know, I'm always a little hesitant of like, what's it gonna give live? You know, like I don't know. So I mean,
true.
I'm still gonna
And
go regardless.
yeah, I was about to say I'm curious to know what it's going to be. I guess when was her last tour? It was like the Queen tour, right?
Right, which cut was
Cut
ended
short.
early because of poor ticket sales.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm curious if she's going to.
It never even came to the US.
Yeah, so I'm like, I wonder if it's going to have similar results,
And
but hopefully not.
yeah.
Hopefully not.
And Nicki Minaj is one who's kind of always like, we never really hear about her having any issues with like her label or releasing music or anything like that.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I feel like she's very cryptic about all of that. But part of me wonders if she really does deal with those issues about releases because remember that documentary that was supposed to come?
Mhm. Oh
And
yeah.
then remember that was supposed to happen. And then I just feel like there are other ventures that kind of like fall through for her and we just kind of like
Mm.
forget about it, you know. But
Right.
I feel like behind the scenes she kind of does face some of those issues that we don't really hear about.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. And the
But
other
yeah,
girls are a little bit more vocal about. Mm.
are definitely much more vocal about, and I feel like we don't hear about it because like obviously it's really embarrassing if you're Nicki Minaj and you're having these kind of issues. But
Yeah.
part of me is like, is that why she's always pushing back release dates? Is that why
Mm.
she's always announcing things and then they just kind of like fade away and we don't really hear about them ever again?
Yeah.
And she kind of like we know her fans are brainwashed deeply. So it doesn't matter what she does give us or what she doesn't give us. They're just going to like, oh, be like, this is the
Appreciate
best
it.
thing that's ever happened. Like queen this, queen that, we know. But
Mhm.
oh, those of us who are a little bit outside of that bubble, I
Mhm.
think we can have a little bit more discernment and be like, wait a minute, why? What's going on? What are you announcing?
Right.
She's saying there's something that she's announcing at a later date. Is she ever really going to announce that?
We'll see.
We will see,
We will
or we
see.
won't,
Or we
or
won't.
we won't, and that'll just be it's either we'll see it or we won't see it.
Yeah.
And life is gonna go on for Nicki Minaj. She's always gonna be
Yeah.
successful. She's never gonna get a Grammy. She's like it's not gonna
That's so
happen.
unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, but it's the way
Huh.
the cookie crumbled for her.
Mm.
You know, it's just not gonna
Mm.
happen. I think we can just let that go.
No, no, you're right. If she was
Yeah,
gonna get a Grammy, it would have been in the 2010s for
it
sure.
definitely is not in this. It's this
Yeah.
decade.
Ooh.
But I mean, listen, crazier things have happened, so who knows? Okay, let's talk about new music. I want to talk
Yeah.
about the Coi Leray album. I
Okay, what
want
did
to
you
talk
think
about it.
about it?
My thoughts were I am much more impressed than I was with her last effort.
Definitely.
So much better. I feel like she has grown as an artist in so many ways. I mean, even the I'm not good. The sequencing still not there. The storytelling on the
Mhm.
album still not there. It still sounds
Mhm.
like a bunch of really okay, really great singles
Singles,
strung
yeah.
strung together as an album, but I'm gonna let that go because I
Mhm.
like the music. It feels
Mhm.
reflective of where she is in her life, and she, I feel like, is even more confident in this
I can
music.
see
Is
that.
like
Mhm.
10 times more confident in her rapping, in her like just. I feel like everything is more confident in the way
Mhm.
that she's doing this album. Because she has much more success. She's learned and she's grown as an artist since that disastrous freshman freestyle that we talked about when we
Yo,
talked about it.
yeah.
And I feel really proud of her, and I feel really good to be eating my words about the things that I said about Coi Leray. Like
Yeah,
I
no.
love when artists prove me wrong and they grow. And Get
Mhm.
Loud and Black Rose, oh my god, they
Mhm.
have stayed on repeat from this album.
Yeah. No, I'm impressed with this album as well. I was interested that there's so many like throwback features like from the
Yup.
beats. Like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of her songs from there come from like older songs that we all like know to like love. But I
Mm-hmm.
did enjoy the album too. I think you're right. Her confidence is definitely up. You can tell by the way that she's like rapping that she like I don't know, she's having fun,
She
I guess it feels
is.
like. But I was pleasantly surprised, I feel like, by this album. The songs that I had on repeat for her, I was trying to find was Fuck It, and then No Angels by with Lola Brooke in it. Those were
Yeah,
the
I like
songs.
that. I like that.
Those
I
were the
like that
songs that I
song.
had on
Those are
repeat.
really good. Okay, what about the Flo Milli song featuring Maya the Don, Too Rare, and Carrie Foe?
I thought it was a cool song. I'm not sure if I'm going to have it on repeat per se, but I
Mm-hmm.
thought Maya the Dawn actually did a really good job. I thought
Oh
she kind of
yeah, she kind
carried
of
the
did.
song low key.
She kind of did.
But I thought it was like I probably won't have it on repeat though.
No, but this feels like Flo Milli is in her like sponsorship bag, and she's
Yes.
gonna because this song was an anthem or like it was to go with a 7-Eleven commercial that she
Yeah.
did. And
Mhm.
it's like to me it's giving Nicki Minaj in like
Mm.
2011, 2012, 2013 when she was I mean the face of every fucking thing, okay? And Flo Milli it's feels like she's like in that bag of just like releasing all these things. Like she's had sponsorships with Google. Now she has
Mhm.
sponsorship with 7-Eleven. She's like a Poochie girl. Like every time you see her, she's wearing Poochie and she's looking amazing. Like Familia is just
Yeah.
like flourishing in so many different ways that aren't, you know, not exactly musically, but I'm happy for her.
No. Yeah. Same. Same. I'm glad that she's getting to the bag.
Yes. Love that. Okay, what about this gloss up song? This gloss up song, Rich Baby.
This is it.
Come on, oh, I don't know why.
Not
This made me.
Fantasia.
I don't know why, but this made me like just chuckle. Because I just when she announced it, I kind of thought it was gonna be something completely different than what the song ended up sounding like. I don't really care for it at all. Like
Personally, I can't relate. So I don't know. It
I
was
don't know what the fuck that's like. But she is a mom. She has two
she
kids.
has yeah. I was like she has like two
She
kids.
has
I
two
was
kids.
like
She has two kids.
more
And
power to her.
seems to be a great mom too.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly,
Seems to be a great mom. Okay, I don't really care about the other two songs. I gotta be honest. Let's talk about Barbie World. Nicki
oh
Minaj and
okay.
Ice Spice. Hmm. Okay.
No, I did not like that
Okay.
song.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I hear you, and I agree. But here's what I think. My thought is it would have been better. One, I wish I had gotten one more Nicki verse.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely don't think Ice Spice should have been on the song. I think this could have been either a solo Nicki song or she could have had Flo Milli. I think Flo Milli would have worked perfectly for this song with
Hmm.
Nicki or somebody else for it. I feel like I don't like it doesn't it didn't give what it was what I think it should have gave. You know, like I think this was perfect. Like Nicki Minaj should have done this. Her verse is like 8. I loved it. Hated the video.
It was
Hated the
stupid.
video.
Hated the
So
mullet.
stupid. But I think if Ice Spice had not been on the song, I wouldn't dislike it as much as I do.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
I don't know. That's interesting that you say Flo Billy and like taking Ice Spice out of the equation. I didn't mind Ice Spice on the song.
Mm.
Maybe it was Nicki Minaj for me. I don't know.
Maybe.
But I feel like she deserved to be on a song like this.
Absolutely.
But I just don't think that like
this was
I
the
don't know.
one.
This
You don't
was
think
it.
this is the one?
I don't know. I really would. I wanted more, unfortunately, and I
Yeah.
feel like I'm constantly saying this about her.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was just it didn't land for me.
I agree. But it felt like for me that it was close. It
It
felt
was
like
close for you.
I felt like it was on the cusp of being something that I would love. Had
Yeah.
there been a couple different things, like I wish Nicki would have done. Like I said, I wish she would have done a different verse. I wish the
Mhm.
song would have been solo Nicki, or like I said, have somebody else on it. It didn't have to be Flo Milli. She was just like the first
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
When I heard it, she was the first person that came to mind. Like she would have been a better fit for this. But I wish it would have
Yeah.
been somebody else on the song with Nicki. Not
Yeah.
that I don't love the combination of her and Ice Spice,
Yeah, right.
because I
right.
do. I
Same.
really do. You know, I wish we could, and I know it won't happen. I wish we could get Ice Spice with Cardi B. I wonder what that would sound like. We got
I could see
Africa
that.
and then Dominican. What does that sound like when we meld
Two bad girls from the Bronx.
reggaeton and Afro beats? Like, I wish we could. I know it's never gonna happen, but I feel like in my dreams, like I would really love for them to collab. Not that it's something that I think would be great. I'm just interested to hear what it would
Just to
sound
see what
like.
it would sound like.
I just want to know what it would be like. But those are my thoughts about that. You know, not a ton
Yeah.
of new music. And I'm a little disappointed because it's July.
That's what I'm saying. Like I remember I texted you and we're like thinking about this, like our
Yeah,
song
and
the
I was
summer
like, it's
episode. I was
not.
like,
It's
there's
not.
nothing
It's
here quite yet.
I don't know. Anyway, speaking
Stack
of
your
us
cookies
talking,
up.
okay. But speaking of that, let's talk about our main topic. Our main topic today is diss records. I feel like we had that episode in our very first season that was about Sheether, you know,
Yeah.
and it was all about that diss record. We've talked about certain diss records. We talked about beef, but we've never had an entire episode where we talk about diss records. So that's what I really wanted to do today because, you know, it is the summer. Summer is the perfect time to start beef, if you ask me. Like, niggas is dropping music weekly. I feel like so many iconic beefs have happened over the course of the summers.
Sure.
So I want to know this. What do you think makes a good diss record?
Yeah, I think what makes a good diss record is obviously one, coming with the facts.
Yes.
Two, exploiting the other artists like with new information that like I don't know, that wasn't previously known.
Yeah.
And also having the bars to follow it. Like I think that you have to be able to have the right information, but be able to do it in an artful way. To be able to be like, listen, I'm
like it
really
has to
going
be
in on this
tight.
person.
It gotta be
Yeah,
tight.
it has
If
to
you're
be
coming
tight.
on, especially if you're gonna start it.
Yes,
Yeah.
especially if you're gonna start it. So I feel like exploiting them. Exploiting sounds like such a wrong word, but like exploiting.
But
like,
I know
the
what you
information
mean. Like I definitely agree.
Yeah. What about you?
For me, it's giving like if you don't come with a disc record, you gotta come correct or not at all. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to see.
Don't half-ass it.
Oh, don't half-ass it. I want to see fucking Mobb Deep on the Summer Jam screen while Jay-Z is rapping Takeoff at the at Summer Jam. Like that's the kind of shit I want to see. Come with facts. Put a name on that shit if you really fucking bad. Because I feel like all of these niggas be like throwing shots and hiding their hands. Come on now. We not playing. Well, this is not the playground, okay? Like what did Monique say? Say their names or keep it on the playground. Say their names or keep it on the playground. For me, a good diss record is always going to be something that like I think uses like to show you're much more skilled and talented than them. So if you can steal their flows and do it better, if you can steal their beats and do it better, if you can steal anything that they've done and do it better, like that adds another layer to the fact that you are dissing them. Like I agree with you, like come with facts, you know, come with receipts about that shit. And it has to be clever. I'm talking back to back, like it needs to be radio replay level good, because that just adds to it. Because now everybody is out at parties bopping to niggas talking
Mm-hmm.
shit about you. Imagine what it was like for Jay-Z to be in the club and Ether comes on and it's like, fuck Jay-Z. And like that type of shit, like that's what I want to hear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you're
Yeah.
listening to blow, you're Lil Kim, you're in there listening to blow your mind, and then Eve just out of nowhere starts talking shit about you, saying niggas ain't writing well, too concerned with fashion. Like, I'd be like, I'm having a great ass time, and then be like, wait a minute, what?
What?
Bitch, are you talking about me? Like,
is this play about us?
And every single person in the club is still like, and let me blow your mind. Like, and that's a good diss record to me, because it just gets, I feel like a good diss record has to get under your skin. You know what I mean? It just has to get under your skin.
Totally.
And speaking of that, I've always wanted to know what people think about this, because I have very strong opinions about this.
Okay.
But do you think that beef is necessary in hip hop?
Absolutely. I think it's at the spirit of what like is
I agree.
the rap industry.
I'm glad we are. Yep. Okay.
Totally, because I think that like it's one thing to be saying like, oh, I'm the best person, da 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 da, but like until you're faced in a battle with somebody, you have to prove yourself. I think that this is at the core of hip hop. Being able to defend yourself, come with the clever lyrics, being able to have different flows. I think also another part of I think a good beef as well, or this record, is timeliness as well.
Yeah.
So like, how quick are you able to turn around and get your pin going?
Like less than 24 hours, you gotta come back.
You got 24 hours to respond to this, or people are gonna forget it and like chalk it up to the other person.
Yep.
So I think timeliness is also a huge part of it. But I think it's essential to the hip hop industry.
I agree with everything you just said. I don't have anything to add, but I like 100%. I think beef is necessary. It's a core value. It's in the very fabric of what hip hop is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just sewn in there.
I think that's why Versus was so huge, especially during the pandemic, right? Because people were like, like,
this is shit that people were like, this is shit that I felt for years. I felt like these niggas should have been gone head to head years ago. These niggas should have been got their 2 minutes. Okay. So I think that was a huge appeal of it. And it's so interesting of who it was that was that was doing Versus, because it's like y'all be the main motherfucking ones. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you are the niggas, you are the guys, you know, that people have always wanted to beef with because of how talented you are, because of how accomplished you are. So I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so then what are some of your favorite diss records by female rappers?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously the top one for me is the Remy Ma diss to Nicki Minaj.
Sheether?
That's like top. That's top. I think that like she completely like annihilated her.
Oh my god.
I think like when that came out, I was just like, damn, is Remy Ma that bitch? Like,
dropped my jaw. I literally was on my way to class on the daily, listening to it on YouTube. My jaw hit the fucking floor when I heard that. Sheether just did something. It did something to me. It did something to Nicki Minaj too.
It definitely hit her ego for sure.
Real fucking hard. Okay.
Yeah.
Remy Ma came out of jail singing. For me, I have a couple. Sheether definitely is always going to be a huge part of that. And if you haven't listened to our episode where I break down Sheether and like the anatomy of the beef between Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj and Jay-Z and Nas and all that shit. And I think there's another layer to Sheether, because Nicki Minaj was dating Nas at the time. And so it was like she was the one who got it taken down off of streaming services, because you think you about to be like dissing me using my nigga's song when I'm fucking him, and you think I'm not gonna get that shit taken down today? Oh, Remy went for the fucking throat. Another one that we have to talk about, and this is taking it back to like our childhood. Do you remember Black Friday?
I was about to say that one. I was trying to remember the name. I was like, yeah, Black Friday.
Black Friday by Lil Kim. It was on her tape, Black Friday. And there are some lines that, oh my God, wait. I'm gonna pull up the lyrics. Wait, no. I love when she's like, Who the fuck want war? FedEx beef straight to your front door. Dun, 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 dun. It'll be a murder scene. I'm turning Pink Friday to Friday the 13th. She said, all
Mm,
right, you little Kim clone clown. All this buffoonery, the shit stops now. And the way that she wasn't even just dissing Nicki Minaj, but at the same time, she's still dissing Foxy Brown. And,
yeah.
finding all types of ways. She's dissing Drake. She's like she came for
She had
the
time.
throat. She's like, I'm from Brooklyn. She said, if I whistle, they'll pistol whip you in all 5 boroughs. Like, come on. These bitches is her sons for
For
real.
real, for real,
For
for
real.
real.
In real life
In
today.
real life.
She's like, you and Drake are not built for this street shit. Like, be for real. Like,
She's
oh my
not
God.
wrong.
She's like, I smell a massacre. Charles Manson, you don't stand a chance to her. Jeffrey Dahmer, and you looking like lunch to me. About to kill all you bitches like Ted Bundy. Rest in peace to
Mm.
all those women, though, because obviously that's not really
R.I.P.
funny.
R.I.P.
RP, but like,
R.I.P.
it's just
Come
it's so
on.
funny because you want to know what's funny is like Nicki Minaj recently. Remember in Red Ruby the Sleeves when she mentions Ted Bundy? I
Mm-hmm.
thought about that and I was like, wait a minute. And then I went back to this and I was like, oh no, I
Mm.
really love Black Friday. It's like one of my favorite diss records, like of all time, of anybody dissing. There was also one that I could not remember the name of, and it was like the woman was rapping over Itty Bitty Piggy. It was really popular in the early days of YouTube, and she was
Mm.
dissing. She was dissing Nicki Minaj. But then another one, people was coming for her back in the day. Like on all sides, people were attacking the shit out of Nicki Minaj, and she really stood 10 toes down.
Yo, I
Okay,
was just thinking about like YouTube, like back at the time. Like it was
yeah,
such a wild, wild west of time. Like
no,
you
it
could get everything
was,
from like a diss record to
yeah.
like a full movie.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it really fucking was. We used to be at school on Tumblr watching beheadings, like of people in different. It was really
it was really
the
wild.
internet was completely unregulated for
Yeah,
quite a while, and I don't think
quite a
people
while.
really understood the power of like our generation when it came to the internet until
Totally.
shit like that started happening, and then they're like,
Yeah,
let's enact some more
we should
parental
do some
controls.
stuff.
But another diss record that I love that people don't talk about enough as being a diss record is "Lost" by Lauren Hill. Do you remember
Oh,
the
yeah.
song? And it's like, the first line is like, it's funny how money changes situations. And she's
Mm-hmm.
talking about Wyclef Jean.
Um,
She's talking about the
yeah,
Fugees, really. Wyclef Jean, and about how like they both got successful because they were dating. And it like
mm,
destroyed their relationship. And she's essentially talking about like the freedom that she now has makes him uncomfortable, and people were always trying to use her youth against her. But it's
mm-hmm.
like she's like, you might win some, but you just lost
Just
one. You
one.
lost the main fucking
I
one.
didn't think about that.
Yeah, no, I think it's incredible. And I think when people try to argue that Lauryn Hill is not a rapper, point them to this. When people try to
Yeah.
argue that Lauryn Hill is not one of the greatest, point them to this. Because this
Mm,
is a song that I think should really be in like the conversation of like best diss records of all time. From that
yeah.
opening line alone, okay? She came straight out the gate coming for his throat. And look who
Yeah.
was, I mean, in the end, did I feel like she won with this one? Like, I mean,
Yeah. I didn't even consider this a diss song until you brought it
yeah,
up, but that makes sense.
I feel like she really won with this one. I mean, 5 Grammys, the
Mm-hmm.
only female rapper to ever have a diamond album. It's the
Mm-hmm.
only album she's ever released, and she's still touring from it today.
Mm,
And like, I mean, just like the success that she's had, like off of this album alone, even given all the shit, everything else she's dealt with.
yeah.
But I think it's really incredible, a diss record.
Yeah.
Okay, so then my last question is like,
Mm-hmm.
do female rappers all need to get
No, I don't think so. I mean, like, just like any type of like friendships, relationships, like, you're not gonna like everybody that you go to school with.
yeah,
Like, it's okay that they're not all buddy buddy. But I think it does, again, help with like fuel the culture of hip hop of like being able to have these potential like rap beefs and
yeah,
like we get to see our favorite artists duke it out and
hmm,
like show their skills to the highest degree. Like,
yeah.
I think this is the best way to be able to see if an artist lives up to like what they say on their music already.
Like, are you
But
really about that shit? Like you
are you
say you
really
are.
right? Like, are you really about it? Do you really write your? How good is your pen? How good is your turnaround time?
Yeah.
So I don't think that they all have to get along, but I do think it does like sort of help. I think when it comes to like
Mm.
situations where they can express themselves creatively.
I agree. So tell like what happens in the industry if like we have things that are like kumbaya? Is it as fun? Because I gotta be honest, being a Sagittarius, I kind of like a little bit of mess,
I
you
was
know.
like,
And like, I mean, like, sure, I don't want you bitches like beefing to the point where y'all are fighting each other and shooting each other. Like, I don't want that,
yeah,
but a
yeah,
little bit of
no,
beef, just a
yeah, just
little,
like
just
sprinkle,
like a
like
sprinkle, a
sprinkle.
little parsley, you know, just a little parsley on top. See,
Yeah,
like a
just
little parsley beef. Like I just like a little throw that line like, oh, this bitch, she must be doing coke. Like,
like
please throw that shit
beat
in
her
there.
ass.
Beat her ass. Like, get her again. Get her for me. Finish her. Like, I love
I
that
enjoy it.
shit. It
I
keeps it
enjoy it.
exciting.
It keeps it exactly. It keeps it exciting. I like the little bit of like competitiveness. Like it just. I think it's what gives people edge. I
Yeah.
feel like in the
No,
industry.
I agree.
So
And you need an
it's better this
edge.
way. Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
for sure.
You don't want people to start like telling you, like I say about J. Cole all the time, your music just is like NyQuil to me. Like, I'm not afraid of you, Jermaine. I feel like I could take you in a fight. You know what I mean? Like,
It's
it's
like
just
not
like,
cool to me. I'm dead.
it really is. Like, I feel like if I'm not afraid of you, if I feel like you can beat my ass in a fight, I don't know if I really trust you when it comes to rap beef. And I'm like, you be talking about you in the trenches like Drake. Come on, I don't believe anything you say. I really think I could beat his ass. Like, if it came down to it, if me and Drake got into a fight, I really think I would win.
Win.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel when it comes to rap
Nope.
beef. Like,
I hear
Drake,
you. I
nobody
hear
cares that you say you in the trenches. Like, nigga, nobody believes you.
Nobody believes you at
But
all.
see, if Remy Ma said that shit, oh, I know she'll shoot me.
100%.
Oh, I know that bitch will shoot me.
Oh, she's
And
yeah.
I'm not gonna play with her. I'm not gonna play with her because she don't give a fuck. She'll
Yeah.
shoot me over a stack and go right back to jail. I'm not gonna play with Remy Ma.
Yeah.
Not the
Yeah.
one.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Not the one. So yeah. So that's our feelings. Do you have any final thoughts before we move on to music? Rex?
No, I don't think any final thoughts, but on social media, tell us your favorite diss records.
Yes,
Like,
we want to know.
let us know.
What
Let
are
us
your
know.
favorite? And if anybody remembers the name of this diss record that I am thinking of from, it's a diss record to Nicki Minaj set to the beat of Itty Bitty Piggy. I cannot remember the name of it. If you do, please contact me. I need to listen to this song. I have not heard it in over a decade. It's been at least 15
Then
years.
at least, yeah.
And I don't, and now it's come back to me vaguely, and that's pissing me off.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's music rec time.
Yeah.
Do you have one?
I do. Since we were talking about Lauryn Hill, and I heard the song yesterday, actually, my rec today is going to be "Can't Take My Eyes Off of You," Lauryn Hill.
What a sweet song.
Yeah.
See, I love this side of Lauryn Hill too, where she's just like, oh, like she really like can sing about love in such a beautiful,
Poetic way,
poetic, calming, like sensual, almost like way. And I really love that about her. I love Lauryn Hill so much. Did you see her SM Fest performance? Because
No,
they're streaming on Hulu. The
Oh,
performances,
okay.
yeah. Oh, she ate. And Missy,
Really?
well, I mean, we knew Missy was gonna eat, but Missy ate. And the crazy thing is, like, Missy just turned 52. And I mean, she's out there like doing a 1-2 step, like still, I mean, baby, they can't hang with her. And it's crazy because I remember when Beyonce's tour like started at the beginning, everybody was like, oh, this is her last tour. She can't do it no more. I said, Missy Elliott and Janet Jackson are in their 50s. Still performing like this, and y'all think Beyonce is gonna quit?
Yeah.
Look at who she has to look up to.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Oh no, Missy ate. No, but Lauren ate too. That was my point.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out.
And Megan's is today.
Yeah, I was like, Megan's today, right?
Megan's is today, and I love that she's the closer because I was like, that's such a really beautiful nod. I think to like, let's move from like the 90s to like the 2000s to like now the 2020s and close it out with what I feel is like the future of what hip hop is going to be, whether it be male or female. It's Megan. It's the people of her generation who are the future, and I really do love that aspect.
Totally.
My recommendation is actually a song that we talked about before, but I've been listening to this song on replay. Let me pull this up just so I can make sure I say her name right. It's Vox by Marilyn Monroe. It's kind of like a mixture of like, I don't want to say drill, but it's like New York house music, a little like she's rapping. I mean, I just can't describe this song. It's just so good. It's like you want to vogue to this, but also like the New York niggas could really like fuck with this, and it's called, her name is OG Marilyn Monroe, and the song is called Vox. And that is like, I've been listening to the song like every fucking day. I'm gonna send it to you so you can like listen to it. But I've been listening to the song like every day because it is that good. And on my runs, it just gets me going.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's another episode, guys. Thank you so much for listening. If you made it all the way to the end of this episode, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, leave us a review, all that good stuff, and we'll see you on our next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Where My Girl's At, brought to you by Textured Air, a brand dedicated to celebrating Black girl culture, past, present, and future. If you liked what you heard, please subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. It really helps. You can find us on Twitter at WhereMyGirlsAt2 and Instagram WhereMyGirlsAt_TH. Make sure you check out our other podcasts, Does It Hold Up?, The Blacklist, and all the other content we offer on our website, texturedair.com. Until next time.